Okay, for your homework, I want a simple rocket scene. We're going to do the rocket taking off and landing. This portion I'm going to cover the landing and the staging of the scene. I'm not going to walk you through the entire thing. You should have the skills to do all this by yourself at this point with a little bit of direction. So the first thing is the landscape here. This is just a polyplane where I've increased the subdivisions and the width and the height to 100 by 100, and I've just kind of scaled it to encompass the rocket. And then I've shaped it with the the soft selection tool. So I'll go over that real quick. The larger hills, I'll go to vertex mode. I'll press B to enter soft select. It's just, you grab a vertex, press and hold B to increase the radius, and lift up. And you can rotate to create and sculpt a little bit of a landscape. The craters were also done using the soft select tool. However, they were done by inverting the curve. So I'll go ahead and open the modeling toolkit. Bring that over to the other window. And just reverse these. So you can see a little white dot up here. There's one over here, but the black box is kind of covering it. Start by dragging that one down and then the other one up. And press B to kind of lower the radius, W to move it up, and you get a crater. And you can overlap them. In fact, I recommend you overlap them a little bit and then come back in, just hit reset curve here and kind of give it a little bit of a one side a little bit higher of an edge than another, because you don't want to be making craters with completely even walls. It looks very unnatural and your eye will gravitate towards it instead of your rocket ship. So boop, there's another crater. You can even nest them, so I'm going to make a smaller one. Or I move that down instead. Press B again. I'm sorry, no, B, go back into soft select, reset curve, and make them a little bit bigger and whatnot. The other thing is I've got a single light in here. I've got a directional light. And under lighting, I turned on shadows because my video card can handle that. I don't know if yours at home can or the ones in the classroom can, but it just helps create a sense of where everything is at and really grounds things, being able to have shadows and stuff. The rocket itself, all right? So your rocket, you want to animate just the top node here, right? The one that's got your antenna and your fin attributes on it. Mine, this is just an animation on the Y attribute. Now you might have a little bit of a wobble here, but I encourage you to try this with only 2 keyframes. And the idea is the rocket struggles a little bit to take off, and there it goes. That's 2 keyframes with weighted tangents, right? So there's the extent of one tangent, there's the extent of the other. Up it goes. There's a little bit of a wobble in there, but that's okay. You could, if we had effects to support that, like some blast coming out of the rocket, that would look better. But if you look at some footage of rockets, the blasters do kind of wobble a little bit, so it's okay if you wobble a little bit. I don't want to see I don't want to see any kind of wobble like this, right? I want your takeoff wobble to be believable, right? That's not too bad either. But the idea is that we really exaggerate how much it takes to get going off here. And then the other one I want you to do is I want you to do a rocket landing. So coming down the other way. And you can use the fin attribute to kind of reinforce that. So I'll make another video of this animation, but I won't show you step by step how I'm going to do it, because at this point I want you figuring out how to do things on your own. You can feel free to ask questions in the forum for this assignment, and of course always use the internet to try to find your answers. I highly encourage you to do that.